country, we are united by our Hispanic roots.
Está riquísimo.
Each city reflects our culture
Saben mejor que allá.
and our identity.
Well, that's a sneak peek at the new show, Que Delicia, El Sabor de America. Two-time Emmy winner Chef Jesus Diaz will travel across the U.S., visiting over 50 restaurants in search of the best Latin dishes. Now, he joins us live with a sneak peek, and we're going to talk to Jesus Diaz. Good morning. We're so glad you could be here to talk all things Latino and get us up to speed on what this is going to look like. So
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Good morning.
For sure. Good morning to you. Well, we mentioned off the top, you're launching a new show later this month on the platform, VIX. Tell us what viewers should expect to see.
Well, you're gonna see everything from high MQC Michelin stars winners to those mom and pops restaurants where you have the grandmother just cooking in the kitchen and making dishes as good as the one that we tried in probably some other awarded restaurants, right? And you're gonna see a lot of stories from people that came with nothing to the United States and nowadays own probably 5 to 7 locations of a nice, very well managed restaurant with great food. So it's a little bit of everything, a lot of culture, a lot of our our heritage also. Now that we're in the Hispanic Heritage Month, I think it's great to watch, and it's very entertaining.
All right. Well, it's very flavorful, right? Yeah, we read that you're visiting a wide range of locations, so from fine dining to casual. How do you select each cities or the restaurants and what to highlight? Because it seems like there is so much out there, and to sift through it, it's probably a little tough.
There's a lot, there was a great job done by my production team going around and looking at, stories and restaurants that had a character and that had a story to tell. And that's what we went for, not just great food and good looking, nice food, but also what took to those owners and chefs to get to where they are right now, and it hasn't been easy. I went through it myself. I had a restaurant for 6 years here in Miami. And you start, just by learning and with nothing, pretty much a very small investment. Sometimes you have to go through a lot of things, inspections and licensing and all that before even serving a plate. So it's a lot of effort, a lot of, work. The family, the unity of families is what I enjoyed the most. Because most of them had that same, that same characteristic. There was a strong family. Working in the same direction and, pushing each other. So it's a beautiful show.
Yeah, for sure. And you got to develop the craft and bring it all together as one. Well, we've got to ask, what was the very best dish you ate while filming the show?
Wow, great question. And well, it was more than 50 places that we visited, right? It was more than 50 restaurants over four months, from the East Coast to the West Coast, North, South. But if I have to pick, there was a Peruvian restaurant that really got me. It was a great dish, and another Mexican place with some crazy tacos, very gourmet, very well done. So I had a great place in Dallas for the Mexican place and a great place in Charlotte for a Peruvian restaurant.
Ah, well, we have a great Peruvian restaurant here in Seattle and Magnolia. It's got that flair and influence. It's called Peak Salt. You maybe have to get there someday.
I think every Peruvian restaurant has great dishes to share. The Peruvians to me are top of the list for culinary, so they're great.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's Hispanic Heritage Month, as we talked about. Tell us about the importance of highlighting and representing Hispanic culture and the culture on the screen.
Well, it's very important. Now that I finished filming this show, I mean, it like recharge me and reminds me of how how important it is to go back and give the value of our roots and really show what we have to give. As immigrants, we have so much, and we put so much effort to evolve, and I think throughout that process we really give a lot. And as Anthony Bourdain said in one of his shows, he said, when you go into the kitchens, you notice that without Latin Americans, there will be probably no food because we are the ones back in the kitchen, washing those dishes and prepping all the food. So I think that's how I take this month to remind myself of how important we are and how good we do.
It is very important to infuse into this community, and we thank you for that. So, Jesus Diaz, thank you. The upcoming show.
Thank you, guys.
You're welcome. Que Delicia, El Sabor de America premieres October 12th on VIX, and we'll look forward to that.